Traders, FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also take a look at a couple of the yen pairs. So we always start off with the dollar index, like I've been saying for several weeks now. This is either an A or 1, this is either a B or a 2, and this move up is either a 3 or a C. We ended up turning down at the 123% Fibonacci extension. Like I said yesterday, if this does break down, I am more than happy to start calling it a wave C, and I'm more than happy to start looking for shorts in a downtrend. Looks to me like this is not the shape of a 1, 2, 3, but this is actually the shape of a B C, which is likely a pullback within the downtrend. So what we need to do now is delete this, and then we end up putting our Fibonacci retracement on this last move up. Now there is a chance that it bounces from a fib level, and this move down is just a pullback to this last move up, and it just continues up like that. But more than likely, this right here is the very classic ABC shape, and this is at least going to go down and take out these lows minimum, and it might even end up going down and taking out these previous lows over here also. So this turn that happened over the last couple of days is definitely turning us bearish the dollar, which should potentially turn us bullish the euro, the pound, the Aussie, and bearish the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we want to definitely be looking for shorts, but we definitely don't want to be going short right here towards the bottom of a move. We need to patiently wait for a pullback. When it finally does start a pullback, that's when we can throw our Fibonacci retracement on there to help us find areas of resistance to look for more shorting opportunities. Short ways, let's start off on the euro dollar, going back up to the daily time frame. Euro dollar definitely did finally engulf to the upside, and this was a Fibonacci bounce right after a break of structure to the downside. Like I said about the dollar index, there is a chance this move up is a pullback to this last move down, meaning that it could possibly go to a Fibonacci level and then continue the downtrend. It also is probably more likely that it's going to go up and at least take out this structure. Either way, we're going to be looking for longs. Well, hopefully we learn and earn whether it's a pullback within a downtrend or whether it is continuing the uptrend on the daily. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is the structure that I showed you yesterday. Now that we have that break of structure, we are definitely very bullish. There was a beautiful, beautiful entry in the Asian session last night after the break of structure. That would have been an amazing trade. Now, in my opinion, the only strategy is to either be patiently waiting for another pullback like the one that happened last night, or the strategy is to already be long from right here waiting for an exit. My next big area of resistance is this 50% Fibonacci retracement, and that's right around the 1.167 area. So definitely very bullish, definitely looking for pullback entries to go long. Moving on to the pound dollar. Pound dollar also engulfed to the upside yesterday, and we had a Fibonacci bounce right here shortly after it broke down. So just like the other pairs, I mean, there is a chance this move up is a pullback to this move down, meaning that it goes to a fib level and then continues to downtrend. If that does happen, we will recognize it. But based on the dollar index, there's probably a better chance that it's going to go up and stop breaking some of these higher structures. So we're definitely going to be looking for longs, while we hopefully learn and earn whether it's continuing the uptrend on the daily or whether it's a pullback within the downtrend. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is the structure that I showed you yesterday. I said that if it breaks that, then we definitely want to become bullish. Just like the euro dollar, it broke structure, then later on they got 1, 2, 3 way pullback and a beautiful, beautiful entry to go long. My next big area of resistance on this one is the 78% Fibonacci retracement, which is right around the 1.3506 area. So I am definitely only looking for longs right now. You know, if it does end up breaking structure to the downside, we may have to reevaluate. But as of right now, anything I see to the downside is very likely just a pullback within the higher time frame uptrend. Whether it's a new uptrend or whether it's a pullback within a downtrend on the daily is still going to be under question. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, this is the one that I've been saying that definitely looks like a possible, ABC of 4. And now it looks like it possibly is in a wave 5. That's why I'm a little hesitant to say that the dollar is actually just going to keep on going down. It still could possibly reverse, most likely not right away, but maybe towards the end of the week or possibly even next week. So, anyways, if this is a wave 5, I would probably expect it to take out all these highs, probably at least go to the 100% Fibonacci extension of this last wave, projected at the bottom of the pullback. So definitely looking for logs, especially on the Aussie. The Aussie is up on the weekly, the daily, pretty much every single time frame. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we did have a break of structure yesterday. This is the structure that I showed you yesterday, and then I said if it breaks that, then we want to become bullish. You could have gone long right there, but the real nice entry was in the Asian test. A 1, 2, 3 wave pullback. Nice, very nice move right there. 3 wave pullback. I guarantee if you had your Fibonacci retracement on there, that was a beautiful pullback entry to go long. Unfortunately, like the other dollar pairs, I think that now the strategy is to patiently be waiting for a pullback in order to go long. My next big area of resistance on this is the 78% Fibonacci extension, which is right around the 0.1740 area. That doesn't mean that it needs to just keep on going up there. It could potentially make a pullback before it goes up there, and hopefully it does, because a pullback should be an opportunity for us to go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. And moving on to the dollar CAD, back down to the daily time frame. Now, the dollar CAD potentially now could be an ABC right here. This could be the completion of a pullback. This now could be going down and making new lows. I was definitely thinking that this was potentially going to be like a pullback within an uptrend, and it still possibly could be. So if it does, turn up on the sort of time frames, we'll definitely recognize that and we'll start trading to the long side. But as of right now, we are definitely looking for sorts on sort of time frames. Going down to the 1 hour time frame now, this is the breaker structure. Just like what I showed you on the other pairs. If it breaks above here, then you want to get aggressive with your pullback entries. You want to start looking for longs on pullbacks. If it doesn't break above there, which it hasn't yet, then you definitely need to realize that this could be in a downtrend on the daily, which technically it is. The daily's down, the weekly's down. So there is really good odds that it's just going to keep going down and taking out the previous lows. But like I said, if it does break up, we definitely want to get aggressive on pullbacks. We definitely want to start looking for long entries on every pullback we see from that point on. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss is another one, like I was saying. I mean, this now could be an A, this could be a B, this could be the completion of a pullback right here. If it is the completion of a pullback, then it's going to just keep on trending down on the daily, making lower lows, lower highs. If it's actually this move down is actually a pullback to this move up, then potentially we'll get a break to the upside at a Fibonacci retracement level, which if we're paying attention, we definitely should be able to recognize that if it happens. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally would be looking for shorts right now. This is the break of structure yesterday. We should have seen a break of structure if we was going back up and it didn't break. It ended up making a lower high and going down. We are sitting at the 61% Fibonacci retracement right now. So if it goes up and starts breaking a bunch of structure, then great, we'll become bullish. As of right now, I definitely would be looking for shorts. Even if it does break this structure, it potentially could just be a pullback to the last series of lows, lower highs. It could potentially just make a pullback to this move right here and then just continue down later on. So, we are at an important Fibonacci level, so we do want to keep an eye on it. It definitely could end up pushing up, but right now the daily is definitely telling us to look for shorts on pullbacks. Moving on to gold. Gold is finally making that move up that I've been talking about all week because, I mean, we had a nice break to the downside right here. This could be the completion of an B. This could be the A over here. And this could now be in a pullback to the move down, meaning that it goes to a fib level and then continues down like this. I still think that this is potentially the most likely scenario is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside for a wave C, which means that we're potentially in a wave 2 right now, which a wave 2 should be a pullback to the wave 1. But we are definitely looking for longs on sort of time phase while we wait for that. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, I've been saying you can watch my previous videos for a while now that this is an A, this is a B, and we're likely in a wave C right now. My next big area of resistance on this is the 50%, which is right here, which is 5,208. But I think there's a good chance it could even go to the 61% because that would give us a break of structure. Most wave 2s do break structure of the wave 1, so it would make sense for me for it to go to the 61%, which is 5,257. So I'm definitely very bullish on this one also. Doesn't mean that it potentially couldn't go down. It just means that any move you see to the downside could just be a pullback within an uptrend. So I definitely would be focused on longs. Gold loves to make flat patterns, so this could be an A, this could be a B. It could go down, break structure, and then reject structure and just keep on going up, making like an expanding flat. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We are definitely looking for longs in an uptrend. Whether it's a new uptrend or whether it's a wave 2 in the higher time frame is what we're hopefully going to learn and earn while we're looking for longs. Moving on to the yen pairs. The yen pairs, I left this Fibonacci here just so you could see that this did turn at the 100% Fibonacci extension. So I have my Fibonacci extension from here to here, projected off of here. If this really is an A and this is a B and this is a C, this 100% is exactly where you would expect it to turn. Unfortunately, we need to see a break of structure to really confirm that that is what's going on. Now that we do have an engulfing move to the downside, we definitely can be looking for shorts, and we can delete this. What we need to be doing is looking for shorts, and while we're looking for shorts, if it goes down and breaks structure, that's going to confirm this is a wave C, and then we're now into a downtrend. While we're looking for shorts, if it goes down to a Fibonacci retracement level and then engulfs to the upside, then we'll just simply stop looking for shorts and start looking for longs again. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we tried to break structure. We're kind of rejecting it right now. Maybe it will go up and break this high. Even if it does, I would throw my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. As of right now, if you're trading in a little bit of a shorter time frame, the best thing to do is throw your Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I personally don't really look at anything below the 1 hour, so I'm not really throwing my fib on here because it'll be too clustered. But if you go down to like the 15-minute time frame, throw your Fibonacci retracement from here to here. Watch the shorter time frames to see if you get a lower high at a fib level and possibly more sorting opportunities. The daily time frame is definitely telling you to look for shorts on this pair. So moving on to the euro again. The euro again, like I was saying yesterday, kind of looks to me like this move down as a pullback to this last move up. It bounced from a fib level and now it's engulfing up. It's probably a pretty good chance this is going to go up to at least 100%. This could also be an A, a B, and a C within a downtrend, or it possibly could just go all the way up and make new highs because this is definitely a little bit of a three-wave move over here. So either way, we're going to be looking for longs and hopefully learning whether it does this or learning whether it does this. Either way, we should be looking for longs on shorter time frames. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I definitely did take a long yesterday right here, but the best long was definitely in the Asian session. That was 1, 2, 3 waves down right there. Nice engulfing move to the upside. We are approaching a Fibonacci extension level. Definitely could be an area of resistance. Hopefully it is an area of resistance because if it does start a pullback right there, if it starts a pullback, I don't know if it will, but if it does, then we are definitely going to want to throw our Fibonacci retracement from here to here and look for pullback entries in order to go long again. So anyways, moving on to the pound yen, going back up to the daily time frame. The pound yen, we got our Fibonacci extension from here to here, projected off of here because we're in the direction of the move. So Fibonacci extension is our best friend for areas of resistance. We are sitting at the 67%, 78%, which definitely could be a possible area of resistance. Whether it stops there or whether it just keeps pushing up is the question. We will definitely be looking for longs until we get proof otherwise. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, we do have a little bit of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure right here. So if it does decide to go down and take out this low, then you need to throw your Fibonacci retracement on the whole move, the whole 5 waves. If it doesn't, if it just starts to move down, then you potentially, on like the 15-minute time frame, can throw your Fibonacci retracement on here, look to see if it makes a higher low at a fib level and pushes up again. I would definitely still be recommending longs. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right up against this fib level. But if it does start to move down, you could, like I said, you can throw your Fibonacci retracement on there, go down to a shorter time frame, and try to observe whether it actually ends up making a higher low and pushing up or not. So anyways, definitely keep an eye out for logs on the pound yen and the euro yen. And definitely take a look at my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. And definitely, as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.